welcome to the kitchen table. You know, when you do something and at the time it feels harmless, and then later you start to think, oh no, maybe that wasn't a good idea, or maybe that was a bit too much. Have you ever done that? I was 17, 18. It was my first job, and I was a receptionist in an engineering company. I really enjoyed it there. And I was always messing about with some of the younger members of the office. Little pranks here and there. Nothing serious. Just pranks. Just enough to keep myself entertained. But there's this one bloke. He was a proper wind-up merchant. He worked in the office, but he managed on the shop floor. I remember him so well. He was worse than me. Just brings a smile to my face, thinking of he used to wind up people somewhat terrible. So, this one Friday, I thought to myself, right, it's your turn. And I had a bag of sweets, normal sweets. Well, all but 3 or 4. And they still looked like sweets, the ones that I added. They were a raspberry tablet. And they were laxatives. Well, they were my mum's laxatives. So I thought, well, if I add them to the pack, then nobody will know the difference. They weren't sweets. They looked a bit like refreshers, if you can remember what refreshers. So I offered him a bag of sweets and I said, oh, take one. And he took one. And I said, go on, have another one. And I said, well, might as well have 3. So he chose 3 of the same. And he took 3 of these small raspberry tablets. Oh. Well, I thought it was quite humorous actually. Now, that Saturday, I didn't really realise, but West Bromwich Albion were playing at home, and the managers and everybody were mad Albion fans, and this person never ever missed a home match. He used to open the gates on a Saturday, and because the company I work for has got a large car park, then he'd let them park on there. On Monday, my manager, he used to call him Mr. then. He looked at me, he says, "Are they rung in?" He didn't open the gates. And I thought, oh my goodness, I know who he's talking about, because the car's always parked in there, so nobody could park there. The parking by the Albion ground was always manic. People would park on the road all the way down the side roads. He said he missed the match. And, oh dear me, I looked down and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, what's happened? I'm sat there and I'm thinking all sorts in my mind. Oh no, it then kind of hit me. I wonder if anything's happened following the sweet incident. Well, eventually he walks in late. He's never late. He was always on time. And as he pushes the doors open, the first thing he said was, oh Margaret. Oh Margaret. He said, I've had the trots all weekend. Well, he said something a little bit more, but he'd had the trots. He'd spent most of the weekend on the toilet. As he said, spent the weekend on the bug. Well, that was it. It just cracked me inside. He said it must have been something I ate. Well, the more I saw his face, the more I tried to stifle everything and keep it to myself. I nearly fell off my chair. I had to turn away. I hadn't the heart to tell him. To this day, he didn't know what had really happened. No, I often wonder if, well, I don't think he knew because I never said anything, but it's something that I'll always remember. One of the pranks that I did. And you know, it still makes me chuckle today. Sometimes I just can't stop laughing about it. It really does make me laugh. And I know I've relayed the story to my lads and it's not so funny to them, but to me it is, because I relive it and I can see it all over again. How he pushed through the door and the way he was and his expression. Maybe I did feel a little bit bad. You know, we all have these moments, don't we? If you have, why don't you comment down below and let us know. You know, at times we all go slightly too far. But at that age, I didn't fully realise. So yeah, share your comments, any memories that you have like that. I'd like to read them and share them as well. It's amazing what comes to mind when you just take time out and have a seat by the kitchen table. Thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time at the kitchen table.